All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of The Coma. Much love to the fam. Y'all hit the like button and the sub button. In this one, we're going to talk about the Saints' urge to cut $9 million cornerback after his 2025 return. This is going right to the heart of the matter. You know what it is. This is a cornerback. We talked about Isaac Yiadom. Last year, the Saints signed him to a not one, but not two, but a 3-year contract. He's now into year number 2 of the agreement. And as presented or predicted, rather, that the Quincy Riley, who's a draft pick out of Louisville last year, surpassed him and pushed him down, with the impending fact that Alontae Taylor is set to hit free agency between 15 18 million a year. Where does that place Isaac Yiadom? Should the Saints stay pat with Isaac Yiadom in the backfield for him, or should they pivot? We'll cover that today in this episode of the show. Also, shout out to FanDuel, our official sponsor of the Sports Coma. Man, listen, y'all hit up FanDuel for all your prop betting. And y'all, if you're not a sub up, man, for the stream. Here we go. So this one's shout out to Sports Illustrated. Kyle T. Mosley and his family is covering this, man. And he mentioned this. We talked about this numerous times. And it's also one of the situations that is inspired by over the cap. As they say, the Saints are sitting around 20 million in cap space. That's enough to add a few pieces, but nothing massive. There are pathways to more savings, though. Terrell, she alluded to this too. She shared a column highlighting all the various salary cap moves the team has made so far. We're going to actually cover that entire article later on, probably tomorrow. Broadcast will cover it, if not the following day. We're going to cover that entire article and go over that. But regardless of that, this is what she had to say, is that she promoted the releasing of cornerback Isaac Yiadom. He returned to the Saints as a free agent last spring with the idea he'd be a starter, but the emergence of rookie Quincy Riley had pushed him into a backup role, and Yiadom has a 2026 cap number of $3.48 million. So the Saints have moves to make to free up even more space. However, because of the $1.5 million of the 2026 base salary, it's guaranteed the Saints will save only $575,000 against the salary cap by releasing them. The Saints would save 1.2 plus if they if he is designated a post June 1st cut. So if they if they have to do that releasing $575,000, or they could designate him a post June 1st cut for an even greater savings of 1.275. So previous salary cap number at 375, new cap number at 2.9, which is the dead money. The savings is either one, depending on which method you take. If you're gonna do one or do the post June 1st cut, to save 1.275, which will then open you up to have to then approach this into free agency and or the draft, right? So Yiadom is 30 years old, returned to New Orleans after 25 season, after a year away. He spent time with the Saints at 22 in 2023, then joined the 49ers for that 24 campaign. He returned last year on a 3-year, $9 million deal with the franchise, with a potential out in this offseason. So Yiadom played in 14 games for the Saints in 2025, including one start. We had a total of 26 tackles, allowed 13 catches on 15 targets. If the Saints opt to move on him, it wouldn't save a ton of salary cap space, but the Saints want to rebuild the cornerback room as a whole around Kool-Aid McKinstry and Quincy Riley. Now, this would be a step in the right direction. Now, free agency is kicking off on Monday. There'll be plenty of moving pieces announced right out the gate. What's happening is Isaac Yiadom, should he be on this team going forward? And he, like you can see most of his numbers right here. And $9 million for Isaac Yiadom. And he was like one of these players that we talked about this season in terms of what he as a player brings to the Saints salary, in terms of the secondary rather, and what he would mean in terms of if you were to release him. And there was 2 players that I talked about in previous broadcasts, and y'all can look these reports up, where the Saints could be promoted to release said players. One of them was Isaac Yiadom. The other one was the defensive tackle that we talked about. What was his name? The brother, Divine Gacho. So he was another one at what we talked about. So he has to be a guy the Saints have to be working on in terms of 6.4 of plus million. 6.4 mil is what his current salary is for Divine Gacho. He has to be the other guy, but in terms of this article, 2.5 mil is what Isaac Yiadom is in terms of his base salary, and the Saints have to figure a way how to get that down. Like I said, 1.5 in guaranteed salary that he's going to get paid, and the Saints have to figure a way to kind of work the numbers on him. Now, in terms of Isaac Yiadom, like they get the 1.23 mil if they utilize him as a post June 1st cut. And here's some of the numbers. As I can share this with you from over the cap. If you can see right here at the top of the screen, Isaac Yiadom is right there. Hold on, let me get it situated at the top of the screen. There's a lot of numbers. There he goes. He's at the top of the screen, as you can see, and at 2.5. And then you look at the post June 1st numbers on this side is what you will get at 1.2 plus mil in savings in terms of what the Saints will have to get. Now, for those who want to know, like, what would it be if Divine Gacho, what would be his if the Saints had do a post June 1st cut on him at a $6.4 million annual, 3.5 mil is what they would get on post June 1st cuts for him. So roughly you're looking at about $5 million in salary cap relief between two players, Divine Gacho and Isaac Yiadom. But then you would have to you can get cheaper talent. And like I said, there are other guys that the Saints can bring in that actually outperform Divine Gacho and Isaac Yiadom as well. So do the Saints do the necessary thing here and pivot away from him? Man, only time will tell if they will indeed do that for Isaac Yiadom. So anyway, what are you guys' thoughts? Y'all put it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel on what you think. Should Isaac Yiadom be one of these players that the Saints then move away from and see if they can find a better option in free agency or perhaps the draft? Do you go into the draft and do you find somebody there to kind of help the team? What are your thoughts on that as well? Shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Y'all get y'all prop bets in at FanDuel. Y'all hit the subscribe button, like button, share button, and notification buttons. There's quite a few people that watch Tacoma who are not subscribed. Please do us a service and subscribe, baby. And for all these really good updates, remember, family, y'all gonna have to keep up, man. What's going on with Saint free agency? We also gonna be talking about other moves that other teams are making, not just in the NFC South or the NFC, but around the NFL, because a lot of this will impact the Saints overall as we progress into this new season. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all hit that like button and the share button, and I'm gonna holler. Much love, peace.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.